Hi everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen. You know, we're getting into the holidays. You're going to be entertaining more, and you want to have a little something here and there for your guests to snack on or your family to snack on. You know how people they're starved to death before the meal's ready. So this is a good little thing to have around. And these are called Union Square Café bar nuts. Now, I chose this recipe because the Union Square Café is in New York. It's won numerous awards for service, for their food, for their wines. And the biggest thing is they won, this particular recipe was named the best bar nut recipe in New York City. So I wanted to share it with you. So I've got 1.5 pounds of nuts. These are mixed walnuts, mostly cashews, but I've got walnuts, pecans, and cashews. You can use up to as many different types of nuts you want that equal 1.5 cups. So this goes into a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to put them in here. Ouch. You'll smell them when they start getting done. Whoops. In the meantime, in this little bowl, let me move in. In this bowl, I have put 2 tablespoons of fresh rosemary that I chopped. Coarsely chopped rosemary. I've got fresh rosemary. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You can see it peeking out right there. I've got 2 teaspoons of dark brown sugar. Here's one of them right here. And 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. And I'm going to just go ahead and mix all this together while my nuts are getting slightly browned and fragrant. You want all this mixed together. Now the actual recipe says to melt a tablespoon of butter and add that in also. Well, I did melt a tablespoon of butter, but I'm not adding it to this. I'm going to add it to the nuts when they come out of the oven and get those all nice and buttery, and then I'm going to add this, and it should stick better. So we'll be back when that happens, guys. Alright, I just got these nuts out of the oven. They are hot as they can be. And I left them in there about 12 minutes. Recipe says 10. It just didn't look, they didn't look toasted enough for my tastes. You use your own judgment. Alright, I got them into the bowl. Here comes my butter. Melted tablespoon. I put slightly over a tablespoon because I didn't use whole cashews. I used pieces. So, of course, that's more surface to cover. So I hope I didn't misjudge. I'm going to get those on there and get these coated really well with this butter. And you don't have to use a variety of nuts. You can use all of the same kind. You can use all cashews or all walnuts or all pecans or all Brazil nut. You can do it any way you want to. I chose a variety. Alright, I'm thinking that I got all that. Alright, now I stirred up all my spices right over here. And I'm not going to put them, just plop them in there. I'm going to try to get them, you know, here and there, so it won't be so hard to get them mixed. The recipe says serve these warm, but you don't, excuse me, you don't have to. You can serve these any way you want to. And see, by the time you get all that stuff in there, you can't tell that you have those different. About the only thing you can see really is the rosemary. And it said roughly chopped, so that's exactly what I did. And I guess, you know, with the brown sugar, dark brown sugar, and the cayenne, it's got a sweet and little bit spicy taste. And then with the rosemary, that makes it savory. So I don't want it on my spatula, I want it on the nuts. So there we go. Let's taste one. I hope, oh, they're so hot. If you like rosemary, you're going to love this. So give them a try, guys. They're just right, honestly. If you don't like rosemary, leave it out. Put some garlic powder, but I wouldn't use as much. Maybe a teaspoon or so. Thank you for coming in today and spending part of your day with me. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, you take care.